Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Monster Mates, you absolute fucking degenerates.
Yes, welcome to the 28th episode of Season 3 of Monster Mates. Spencer, please choose a number between 1 and 98.
42?
42.
Kind of hoping not for a monster.
We'll see.
We'll find out.
The list is randomized for a reason.
I know. We've just had so many in a row.
We have. 42 is the Mad Hatter.
Oh, God.
Well, we got a Wonderland monster girl.
Okay.
So let me bring up Mad Hatter.
Oh, God. I wonder if she's going to be absolutely crazy. She looks so coy.
Yeah. All right. So before we get into this, what are we going to give our rating?
Just on looks alone.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a dick in her cup?
That is a mushroom. It looks like a penis,
Yeah.
yes. It absolutely looks like a penis.
Alright, I would give her... I'll give it a 5.
I'll be real, I'm gonna give this a 9 right off the bat.
A 9?
A 9.
It's the attire, isn't it?
It's absolutely 100% the attire.
I knew it.
And also the purple hair with dark green highlights, or the kind of faded green highlights. That's a weakness. That is very me core.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Trevor's style.
All right, I need to put on my glasses so I can read this. All right, a rare exclusive to Wonderland, also called Boshia. The progenitor of this race was a Matango, the Mushroom Girls.
Yeah, one of the progenitors.
Yes. That was suddenly mutated, gaining keen intelligence due to a spell cast by the Queen of Hearts when she was mad at being ignored. Furthermore, the Matango, Matango. We had the same problem when we actually did the Mushroom Girls episode.
Matango, I think.
The Matango girl species.
Matango's better. Even if
yeah.
we're wrong, it rolls off the tongue better.
It does, the Matango. They are human women that transformed into monsters after being parasitically infected by a giant mushroom. As for the thoughts triggered by the mushroom, instead of becoming vague as a Matango would, they instead gain greater clarity. Their human intellect and reasoning remains intact, while their mind becomes even faster. Their calm bearing makes them seem greater than human intelligence. However, the inside of their highly intelligent head is, of course, mushrooms. It's mainly overflowing with lewd thoughts about sex with men, and monster-like words of love are mainly released from their lips. At a glance, they seem unbecoming of a denizen of Wonderland, but just like the other inhabitants of Wonderland, they have sex-crazed values, so they're just, quote, quite lunatics, end quote. However, no matter how sensual their words and conduct appear to be, they never lose the atmosphere of elegance that shrouds from them. Even though their words are lewd, they are spoken in such a calm, cool tone that it's as if they were speaking of the weather. When they gesture towards a man's body by extending their hand, it's very natural, elegant even. For them, it's only natural that all their thoughts and actions are centered around love and pleasure with men. When they speak suavely, saying things such as, quote, "Why, naturally I'd like to spend my time joined with you, right?" End quote. As if ordinarily there were no need to even mention it, men are unable to notice their desire and madness. Since they're unable to notice even when they're on the verge of being attacked, the men end up having sex with them. Their brand of insanity is so natural looking that just from observing their behavior, one would almost be deluded into thinking it was normal. Additionally, the spores released by the mushroom in their head cause a severe bewitching effect in those who inhale them, making them acknowledge the madness and abnormality of Wonderland. Meanwhile, otherwise, their consciousness and thoughts gain clarity, so the person who inhaled them isn't even aware of the self-changes brought about by the spores. After touching their madness and getting dragged in by this manner, once a man tastes their sticky, hypha-like body, normal will be overwritten and he'll be stained into a denizen of Wonderland, appropriate as their husband. It's possible for them to freely remove the giant mushroom growing in their head, almost as if it were a hat, and by having sex and obtaining essence with it off, it's possible for them to bring forth a new hat, or rather, mushroom. A curious thing is that if men or monsters wear them when they change into normal hat, or what? Wait, hold on. A curious thing is that if men or monsters wear them, they change into normal hats. There we go. Made from felt or cloth. However, when a human woman puts them on, the mushroom spreads its roots into her head and parasitically infects her, sending a huge amount of spores inside her head and making it full of mushroom. Once her head is lewdly activated due to that, no matter what she thinks, it will always lead into something obscene, and she'll desire a man's mushroom. And then, as if pulled along by that, her heart and body will change into a Mad Hatter.
Okay.
All right, this. Oh boy.
So without saying anything, this is like Trevor's alley. Like,
yeah.
He lives on this street.
Uh-huh.
So we're not gonna.
I already know my final rating for this.
Yeah. So this one was a little not pre-planned, but destined for Trevor just to say, "I know what I need. I know what I like."
Yeah.
So let me talk about the negatives.
Yes, speak your piece for the people who aren't like me.
Yes. For one, mushrooms are gross. I don't like the taste of mushrooms.
That's fair. I don't like the taste of them either.
I think her style is cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like how she looks. I like the suaveness with how she talks.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think it's like not. For me, not that interesting.
Okay.
Just because there's no physical difference.
Okay.
There's no thing to make her a monster.
Mm-hmm.
That makes her a monster girl other than spores in her head.
Okay.
One thing I did like is that you could like mind control someone. You could take that hat, put it on you, doesn't matter, you know?
Yeah.
Say you like a girl, you could be like, hey, try this hat on. All of a sudden, she's just
instant mind
wipe into this new fucking girl fuck. You're like, oh, hi. Give him dick, please. We should be joined together by hips. I agree. So that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think the way spores are weird to begin with.
Fair.
Like, and mushrooms are weird.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for me personally, as a whole, I just don't think it's that interesting.
Okay.
I think there are some things that are fun about it.
Mm-hmm.
I like how she talks. I like how it's, like, casual. I like how it's, like, normal perceived.
Mm-hmm.
I think that stuff is neat. But when it comes to, like, physical attributes to a monster girl,
okay,
it's not up there for me.
Okay. I see that. Do you not want to be mind broken either by the madness?
Here's the thing, it's not mind broken in the way I want to be mind broke.
Okay, that's fair.
I want to be mind broke in the sense of...
You want to be sexually mind broken, not literally mind broken.
Not literally! This woman literally wants to destroy you, and you're just like having convulsions on the ground. Nothing about that is sexual. It's literally not mind break by fuck. It's mind break by Cthulhu. Which I know is your kingdom.
Which I know is my thing.
So tell me about your positives.
All right, so this This
is a Trevor episode, everybody. Strap in for a Trevor.
All right, so the suave sophistication while also being the horniest degenerate in the world is such a turn on. It's so good. And also, dude, her attire, I could talk for hours about how good her attire is. Mm-hmm. Especially, it's like, I love the tall brim hat. It's so good. Obviously, we talked about this earlier. The color scheme of both her hair and her design is so god tier. I love it so much. It's so good. Oh, man. And also, as Spencer talked on about before, the madness aspect is so hot to me, because not only is technically the girl receiving the madness from the actual parasitic mushroom itself, but you are also getting madness stricken from the spores released as well. It's so good.
It's like you're fucking the mushroom itself and not the girl.
To an extent, I mean, yeah, but more so like you're in the way of like personification, you're fucking the mushroom, but in the physical attributes, you're fucking the girl.
Yeah.
But, oh my goodness, this is so good.
Now, while you're fucking her, is she like oh yeah, this is great, or is she actually moaning and stuff? Because
I think she would be moaning.
here's the thing. The look and love and how she talks about it, I doubt she's gonna be going crazy. Her whole thing is going to be like, oh, this feels great. Yes. She's gonna be playing the Switch while you're fucking her.
Here's the thing. I think at the beginning she'll be like sort of kind of like what you were saying, like more upper lip stiff sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I think as the progression of sex goes on, she becomes more and more degenerate.
Yeah.
In the aspect of she's gonna be making some noises.
I can see that.
Especially depending on what you do to her, she's definitely gonna be making a couple of interesting noises.
Hey.
But yeah. So just everything about this design, everything about this monster girl hits every single one of my points. The only thing that could make this better is if she had a little bit like smaller tits and a little bit of a fatter ass.
Here's the thing.
But sorry, but and I think you're about to go on to this as well. Do you find someone like that and put the hat on?
Bingo.
Yeah, and it's like the moment that sort of thing. If I were to convince a girl to put on the hat and do that, it's just easy.
You're not gonna convince the girl. The girl's dead at that point.
Well, yeah, but it's like at that point, if I find a girl to have put on the hat, instantly wife her, easy. Like there's nothing else. That's it. We've hit Everest.
So my question, I think we've talked about this before. Basically, when the girl's like personality gets wiped. Now, I've thought about this a little bit, which is that girl now technically, by definition, since her personality has completely changed, is she dead at that point?
And yeah, we did discuss this. I think we discussed this with the zombie girl, actually.
Was it with the zombie girl?
I don't know if it was zombie girl specifically, but it was somewhat recent.
Well, I think we talked about the dead girl, and it's like,
dead? Yeah, we talked about if it was considered necrophilia
now,
or not.
Here's the thing. We talked about that, but I'm talking about personality.
Yeah, personality?
Because it's like, it's a different person, you know? It's like, you get a pillow, right? You get a new pillow.
Yeah.
You're taking off the covers, throwing away the inside part, and getting a new one. The cover's the same, the outside is the same, but what is inside that made it a pillow is gone. You're replacing it with a new pillow.
True, and I think, unfortunately, this conversation will delve into what makes a person a person.
Oh.
And that's gonna be a deep philosophical hole.
That's too deep for this podcast.
That's gonna be a deep philosophical hole that we would have to discuss at a different point. But to get for
your thing for this, do you want it to be her personality has been changed or it's been replaced by the mushroom?
I want to say it has been changed, not replaced, but changed. Like interests and hobbies and whatnot are still the same, but demeanor and mannerisms are completely different.
I see. So if she like playing games and stuff.
Yeah, it's like a reverse bimboification, basically. It's a reverse bimboification.
Assuming they're a bimbo to begin with.
Yes, assuming, but just for the audience's sake, to get to understand what I'm thinking.
Gotcha. All I'm saying is, give me the fattest hips and the biggest tits, and I'm like, gimme.
That's fair.
Listen, you want to know my list? I've noticed recently my biggest list for girls with like big tits and ass. It's either you have big milkers and you got big hips and big ass, and you got both of them, and I'm like, yes, 10, or you have petite tits or a petite ass, and you're also a 10.
Okay.
I feel like I'm in my head, these are great, but then it gets down, and then anything is like lower. It's weird.
Goodness.
You're one side or the other.
Yep. All right. I think we can give our final ratings for this.
I'm gonna give mine.
Yeah, please do, because I think everyone who's been listening thus far knows what mine's gonna be.
So I'm gonna give mine, and I'm gonna give my reasoning.
Okay.
So mine is going to be a 3.
Okay, and I think I know where you're going with this, but continue.
I like the idea that you can pop this on any girl's head and, like Trevor said, wife her.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little aggressive, but it's one of those things where, and she's like, the idea of mind broke in that situation, that idea is interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is kind of meh for me.
Okay.
All right, your turn.
10!
Oh my god.
10! 10! 10 out of 10.
I feel like you put 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. And I'm giving this my official won't pull out seal of approval. The second time.
What happens if you have kids with this thing? What comes out? It's
don't.
like a little girl with a hat on?
Don't worry about it.
All
We'll
right.
get there when we get there. But this is a 10 out of 10
Okay.
with a no pull out seal of approval.
Okay.
Oh, what would you rate a Mad Hatter girl?
Please tell us down below in the comments. Also, please check out our wonderful artist that I know for sure Trevor's gonna be commissioning.
Oh yeah, I will. I know just the person for this.
Oh god. We might have a recap of a previous artist, everybody.
Oh.
Well, thank you so much for listening.
Yes, if you enjoyed this episode, feel free to give it a like. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. And if you want updates on the show, go follow us over on the Twitter. And we will see you all in the next episode.
Thank you so much for your time. Goodbye.